Welcome back to the Inner Alchemist TV. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look into Melody Rogers. I know there's been a lot going on with Martel and the lady Ariane. You guys don't sweat them. They are not together. Don't pay them no attention. They are, listen, there's something going on here. There's a trial that's being prepared for, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And I wanted to, somebody asked me to do a reading on her to see how she was feeling. I know that Ariane said repeated some things that may or may not be true. I'm showing that there's a lot of lies. But they asked me to look into it, and I wanted to look into it as well. Anytime there's a discrepancy, I like to use the cards to kind of iron things out. So that's what we're going to be doing today. You guys go ahead and like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have the notification bells on. We've had a slow couple days. I'm integrating new content. You guys go ahead and check that out as well. I'm going to still do Huntsville probably in the mornings. I don't know, just because I don't know, I like it. I like the like I said, I like the grouping. I see a lot of dynamics playing out. I'm learning more about the space, but I still overall feel like I have work to do here. So I'm going to continue doing Huntsville, and then I'm going to be doing the extra readings that you guys are requesting, maybe like at the end of the day, to attract new subscribers, and then also to answer to some of the things that you guys have been telling me to do for a long time, right? I know you guys want to see Wendy Williams. We got Scrappy and his whole harem. Yeah, so we're going to be looking into some things, right? Okay, so I think Ariane was saying something about Melody's mom or things that happened to Melody when she was a child. First off, I told you guys in the very first reading that I did on Melody that her and her mom had issues. They didn't come up as anything like what she's talking about. They have issues. Really, what I was seeing in that spread was just her mom living vicariously through her. You know what I mean? And this is more so her growing up. And they had their thing. You know what I mean? They had their thing. Right now, I'm showing that what Ariane and Martel are doing, and I don't know if this is under the advice of someone else, but what they're doing is they're trying to pull Melody out. Melody's she's trying to like use her, she's trying to be prudent, right? She's trying to control herself. She's trying to be reserved, and she's trying to make sure that she doesn't like prematurely do something, because there's some type of trial or something coming up, and she has like an instinct, or she's intuiting some type of like treachery or some type of like trap or whatever. So right now I'm showing that she's exercising like her caution, or she's exercising her wisdom, and it's very, very hard for her. But it's almost like that thing where silence is golden. You know what I mean? So she has an understanding that giving nothing, she can't lose anything, or she can't fall into any traps, because there's basically a trap being laid for her. And I show that what they're trying to do is they're trying to antagonize her to bring out a different side of her character. Now, I do show that Melody does have a desire, and I showed this in a couple spreads ago too. She does have a desire to be more honest or more open, or give more of like a full disclosure, especially to her fans. But now is really not the time. You know what I mean? I don't feel like she's in a position to address anything right now. And I find that I don't want to say she's in a period of stress per se, but like I said, she's more so moving with caution. She knows instinctively what is going on and why they're doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? Also show that she's seeking some type of spiritual healing, or even, I don't know, with this Hermit card, even an alchemist, need I say. But she's kind of she's using spirituality to kind of keep her mind grounded, because it's very important that she step right, especially right now. You know what I mean? But like I said, she knows that that this is like treacherous. She's aware that her enemies are here. She's very, very much aware of her surroundings, right? But like I said, it's just important for her that she moves correctly. there were lies that were told. And I think it's going to come out in some of the contradictions. Ariana, I think, is going to do something to contradict what she said at one point, or something's not going to line up, and it is going to be revealed that it was a lie. You know what I mean? Because they're going to contradict themselves some type of way. You know what I mean? I don't know if what they're doing is very well thought out. But again, like I said, that's what happens when you're trolling people. Honestly, I feel like they're trolling. And so obviously they're going to step on her toes. Now, step on their own toes, whatever you call it. Now, I do see some bad news coming in, and I think this is in regards to a trial. I don't know if maybe like there is a loss indicated, or she's not getting like the highest result that she wanted to, or it's like a continuous struggle. The reason why I'm showing this though is because her and Martel, they really do have a karmic bond, and it is an evil bond, but it's something that they cannot break. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, I don't know what lesson or what is to come up this in the long run, but they have a bond between them that is indestructible. And when I hear that, or when I think of that, and I think of all that they're going through, I don't think of a bond. I think of somebody that's bound. You know what I mean? Now, that is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, which is family. You know what I mean? Or family issues, or I don't know if maybe they were even family in a past life or something like that. But there's some karmic cycle or some work that they have to complete, and again, there's something that they have to resolve amongst each other, and this is more so giving me like a generational curse, you know what I mean? And I think that's why this situation with Martel is like never ending. It's always something, and like I said, this is something that is evil. This is something that has a very negative connotation to it. Now, the negative connotation is each of their attachments to material things. You know what I mean? Now, honestly, I could go as far, I know y'all gonna get mad at me, as saying that this evil, indestructible bond was created when they sold themselves out to be on the show. You know what I mean? Sold out not even just the show, in business in general, because this is not just about show money. This is about a lot of business endeavors, a lot of things that they have taken on together that have created this kind of like link between them. But for the most part, it's showing an attachment to money and material things, creating an evil bond. It's almost like how they say, what do they say? The root of money is all evil, or what is it called, you guys? The love of money. Money is the root of all evil, or something like that. Or it's like the love of money is the root of all evil, or the attachment to money is the root of all evil. But it seems like they had a lust for the good life, and we all do. You know what I mean? But they were willing to. They entered an endeavor together in search of the good life. That the good life was provided, but the good life is now asking for the debt to be paid. You know what I mean? You know how they say the devil gives out gifts too, right? I'm not in any way suggesting that either of these is a devil, but I am suggesting that there is very heavy evil energy surrounding their connection. And it ain't over till it's over. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. I think Martel or somebody is even, I think, stealing something or trying to steal something from her. It's regarding something for the family. Now, I don't know if this has to do with the kids, because the Ten of Pentacles is usually kids and family. But I feel like he's maybe trying to take something from her. I don't know if that has to do with this trial that's coming up. But the trial card, or the choice card, is in reverse. You know what I mean? This is another card of somebody like telling lies about something. But it is also a card of failure. Right? And this is what's crowning her. This is what's going on now. And so what that means is that she has to exercise an extreme amount of self-control and caution, because like I said, not only can she intuit that something real dirty and treacherous is going to happen or can happen, she also run the risk of losing this trial or whatever this is, or not, like I said, not getting the results she wants. Now, I remember in a previous spread, I said that Martel and Ariane had something they were holding over her, and that they were taunting her because they knew they had this little trump card. Now we know that he did that his big one on Natasha K thing where he did the video of her burning the couch. That was nothing. And he was clearly the antagonist, but there's further. There's more. Now, I don't know if this is gonna come out in court. I don't know if the more was Ariane coming up with this story about the mother. I don't think that's it. I think these are just troll moves and taunting, but there is something of more substance. I feel that they're holding on to, but like I said, pushing her to the limit, or pushing her into some type of action so that she fucks herself over. You know what I mean? But she knows this. She knows that this is a trap. And if she doesn't know that, she has some wise people around her that are trying to keep her grounded. Like I said, she might be doing some Reiki. She might be doing some meditating, some crystal healing, seeing a shaman, anything to help ground her, because, you know, she's not in the best headspace at this particular moment. Now, but I think that's, like I said, in preparation for this trial, and then also her sensing that something really bad is going to happen, right? However, in the future, I'll show that she's going to be celebrating. So whatever state that she's in, or whatever move she's thinking about making, run the course, because she got the Four of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles coming up. Not only does that foretell you celebrating, I'm seeing cheers, job well done, pat on the back. You know, I'm getting juiced and excited just seeing it, because I'm thinking like, well done, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, yes, that's how you do that shit. You know what I mean? But this, you know, when I'm looking at this card, though, I also see, I don't know if she's going to get married. I feel like she's going to get married in the future, but it's a loveless marriage. It's going to be something like out of convenience. I don't think she's even looking for passionate love anymore, or expecting that anymore. I think she's more so settling for, I don't know, I think she's settling for that, you know, that comfort, something safe, something sound, but something that's still going to make her happy. But I feel like her growth direction now, or what she's aiming for now, is more so like to try to like control her passions. So I don't think she's looking for that passionate love. I don't think she's looking for the butterflies. I don't think she's looking to be swept off her feet. You know what I mean? She can say that for us delusional girls in the tarot community that's still worried about romance and stuff like that. What she's looking for is practicality. And like I said, I think there is going to be another marriage. But it will be one of convenience. Now, I know we were supposed to do a spread on Hill Harper. That was going to be more so like of a fantasy, you know, playful spread, just to entertain the possibilities. But I haven't done that yet. But we'll get to it when we decide to have a little fun, maybe on a Friday night. I've been busy on the weekends, but we'll see. We'll see, right? Now there is some shit. You know what I mean? Like, there are some things that are moving in the background, and that's influencing her current state of mind. And one of those is a lot of, I feel like she feels that, I feel like first of all, she's doubting herself, and it's unjustified. You know what I mean? I feel that she has remorse over some things that she's done in the past in this relationship. And I feel like that may be motivating or driving her fear of losing this trial, or fear of what treacherous might come out that might put her in a losing position. I mean, that's why I'm showing she's not responding. She's not trying to feed the bear, so to speak. There are some things that she's done in the past, or there's some things that she has remorse about. You know what I mean? And I feel like in her mind, she's trying to make her peace with that, trying to repent, quote unquote. But I feel like her doubts are unjustified. I don't feel like she's being judged by the ethers per se. But I feel like she's harping on the failure still. You know what I mean? There's like a state of delusion that she has, and I think it's surrounding, I don't know, I almost want to feel like it was surrounding like her hope about maybe Martel like not being as treacherous as he really is. um I feel like, like in the past when I was doing her readings and it was saying that she was trying to spare him, I felt like she was holding out some type of compassion for him and not really trying to like perceive him as her mortal enemy. But I feel like that is her way of like repenting for some things that she had done wrong in the situation. So it's almost like, my hands aren't clean, so I'm not, it's almost like she has a hard time recognizing herself as a full-on victim because her hands are dirty. But just because you are bad doesn't mean you can't be victimized, or just because you've been a villain, villains can be victimized too. But there's something that she's holding on to that she has a lot of remorse about, and her way of like repenting for whatever she feels that she did wrong or whatever, is to, I feel like, accept what he does as sort of like a deserved punishment towards her. And I feel like that's where the delusion comes in. You know what I mean? Like, she's delusionally thinking that she can repent for what she has done in the situation by rolling over and taking the bullshit from him. You know what I mean? Men are like this. I got a story, right? I be cracking myself up when I be telling the little stories though, but they be hidden though. They really be true. But it's like a man who, my homeboy, right? He grew up a player, played all the women, manipulated them. He was a single father, so he was acting like a bitter baby mama. In fact, I interviewed him and I recorded it. Let me know if y'all want to see that. I'll upload it, y'all. I have so much work that I've done in my other channels. Like, y'all will be entertained for hella long, and it will totally diversify this sector because, this is a nice sector. I like this little space, but these conversations over here, like most sectors, are cyclical. They're bitter. They're this sector needs, you guys need more life. You guys need more fun and more life. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You guys don't have enough fun to be so together. You guys don't even like laugh unless you're laughing at people, right? But anyway, so I got some shit that'll make y'all laugh though. So anyway, so he was talking about how he was a player, blah blah blah. So then he grows up and he tries to be a good guy. So he turns in his player cards. He wants to become virtuous and all this shit. So then he gets with this girl. This girl leaves him. She goes to Africa, get pregnant by an African, come home, pin the baby on him, blah, blah. And he is like stuck on her, won't leave her or anything because he feels like he deserves it, or he can take it, or he needs to take it based on the man that he was. You know what I mean? So he has so much guilt and self-loathing for what he thinks that he's done in his life that he just accepts it as his fate. You know what I mean? Now, I tell that story to say that Melody did something that she regrets or has remorse over. I don't know what it is at this point, but her version of repenting is to accept the punishment, and she thinks that her punishment that she's accepting is dealing with this Martel shit. Now, I don't know if this has to do with money, because remember we talked about earlier there was something for material gain, right? Could have something to do with that. It could be a deal that she made with that devil Carlos King. Now, you know what I mean? Like, like I said, she might have pitched her tent in the wrong yard. You know what I mean? She might have sold out and sold, for whatever reason. I'm not excusing no nigga, because Martel, he did what he did. That was going to do what it do. But again, there's something, like I said, these are her feelings, not mine. I don't have no judgment, but this is how she's feeling. And because of that, it's making her, take more than what she should. I don't know. I just feel that way. I feel like she's taking it. But again, I still strongly feel like she's being strategic. But in the back of her mind, outwardly, she's being strategic because she still has to win this trial, whatever this thing is coming up. But in the back of her mind, she feels like she's going to get whatever she deserves, and that whatever she gets, she does deserve it. Which is, honestly, it's not the healthiest mind frame. It just isn't. Regardless of what you did, you still need to be like gentle with yourself. She's not gentle with herself at all. So anyways, like I said, there's something about her where she feels resigned to the fate of whatever happens between her and Martel. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if this is because she doesn't know how things are going to turn out in the long run, even though I show that they're going to turn out well. But maybe she's just trying to gas herself up in her mind to accept however it turns out so that she does not end up disappointed or something like that. But this situation is so complex. Like there's problems of like multiple different types of problems. There's problems with money. There's problems with family. There's problems with contracts. There's problems with brands. Like this shit is like multi-dimensional. You know what I mean? And in her mind, this is not the most favorable period for her in the back of her mind. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, do I know for a fact that she's going to have a positive outcome? I do. I see it right here. She got the Four of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, like for a single woman or a single mother, it don't get no better than that. You know what I mean? Like you pretty much celebrating with friends. You might have a new house. I see a new marriage. I don't see a new man yet. Just because there's no men that are making themselves present in this spread. Oh wait, is that a man up there? I think there is a man in the outcome, but that's not a good man. He's in reverse. But we'll get to that. I haven't got that far yet. I'm still working in the main spread. But anyways, so yeah. I lost my train of thought, so let's just move forward, okay? So yeah, these are the things that are moving in the back of her head. Again, I feel like she's trying to meditate. She's trying to get some spirituality. She's trying to ground herself. I don't know if she's in church. I don't know what she's doing. But she's trying to have some self-control. But her instincts is telling her she in dangerous goddamn waters. Period, point blank. You know what I mean? Period, point blank. She has to get rid of that guilt because it is like a manifesto. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you talk about manifestation, it's almost like you're doing it to yourself. When you feel like you deserve some negative shit, you're doing it to yourself. You know what I mean? All right. Now, I feel like there is something in the past. You know what I mean? When Martel, the situation between them, I think it came about because of money. I just have to keep saying that. Something about their financial situation was very stagnant, and I feel like they made decisions based on that. You know what I mean? I feel like at the time, maybe they were like trying to seek recognition for like some professional things that they had going on or something like that. But there was some stuff going on with that as well. You know what I mean? Like like running their business or something was like exhausting them. And it was like a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? And I feel like this show offered maybe more money and a release of some of that pain. Some of that stuff that they have been working towards, because they were, with this Eight of Pentacles, they were working towards something. But with this Ten of Swords, I feel like, you know, Ten of Swords traditionally is a card of like betrayal, but I'm not reading a traditional deck. I'm reading something else. And this is like exhaustion. You know what I mean? And so I feel like whatever the situation was that came with the TV or the show, it was like an out. You know what I mean? It was like an out of whatever they were working towards that was exhausting them. But at the same time, it was something that would also bring some type of notoriety to what they were working on. But I feel like they were trying to get out of the business or whatever they worked on because they were tired of it. You know what I mean? Like it was too much. It was like too much stagnation for one, financially. And something was bound up where they couldn't act on their own. So I don't know if they had to rely on like multiple moving pieces or something like that. But it was like they were running into situations where they couldn't move things ahead on their own. So then this show comes and it's almost like all that glitters ain't gold. You know what I mean? And in their quest to get ahead, it ended up causing a lot of things. But the main thing that it caused was this evil ass relationship that can't be shaken. You know what I mean? Or it's very too hard to shake. I don't know. You know? I mean, listen, I know how to get rid of some people, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. I don't mean get rid of him like that, but I mean, listen, you gonna get from around here. You know what I mean? I don't believe in people just keep messing with people, right? Melanie, I feel like she's gonna talk to you guys about something. You know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like she wishes to have some type of honest conversation. I feel like she does want to give some disclosure. She wants to talk about her journey. You know what I mean? How dramatic it was, some of the decisions she's made. She's going to talk about things maybe that she's felt guilty of and how she's felt punished in the past. I feel like these are conversations of transparency that she wants to have, but I feel like this is not going to happen until after she gets to the other side of what's going on and she gets into that Queen of Pentacles and Four of Wands space. From there, I feel like she's going to come back and she's going to make it more clear to everybody her journey in a real way. I know you guys have seen the TV journey and stuff like that, but there's more. There's more. And I feel like she wants to talk about it. I feel like she wants to talk about like how she transitioned and how things changed for her, and you know, and I think that she wants to talk about how she saw things. You know what I mean? She has visions or something like that, or I don't know, she can foresee, she has sight or something like that where she can see things, or somebody around her can see things. And I feel like she's gonna have that conversation at some point. You know what I mean? I don't think like I said, she can't do it now because it's a lot on the line. It's a lot on the line, right? Now, in her external environment, what is this? This is a page. Why is the Page of Cups here in reverse? That's like a, you know, this is the external environment. I believe that this represents, what's his name? Martel? Like I don't know his name. I think it represents Martel. He, you know, this is weird because this is like emphasizing his sexual energy. I'm looking at the Page of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Now, these are like taboos. Now, this could represent the taboo of him being with like younger people. It could represent the taboo of, you know, same gender loving. Like let's talk about that. But Martel, he's never satisfied. You know what I mean? He's never satisfied. And I show that there's something about him that's very timid, even though he's negative. There was something about him that was very timid, and I feel like he attached himself to Melody because he was being excessively emotional towards her. And I feel like he was like mixing this kind of like, have you guys ever heard of a dandy? A dandy is like somebody that's like androgynous, but not androgynous, but like dandy, like, I don't know, it's a dandy, y'all have to look it up. But he was taboo, right? But he came across, or at least in the beginning, he was very sincere with her. You know what I mean? And he was demonstrating a lot of affection and love with her. And on top of that, he was kind of like a dandy. You know what I mean? Like effeminate in a way. And I feel like this endeared her because she was coming in at the Empress later on. And I feel like their cord attachment was created through kind of like, this is going to be weird, but kind of like a sexual mother-son type of situation where she was attracted to his softness and his vulnerability and his weakness. But the same weakness that attracted her and made her step up to the plate for him is the weakness that turned around and bit her in the ass and also created this energetic cord between them. So when I say now when I'm saying energetic cord, I'm thinking umbilical cord, because she's coming in as the Empress, the mother. He's coming in as the Page of Cups in reverse, which is the child. You know what I mean? And this is in her external environment, right? But this, I mean, this obviously could be her children, but this is not about her children at all, because I would see more. You know what I mean? I would see more. But I feel like what he did was he was sincere when he was trying to attach to her or latch on to her or get her to love him or something like that. But it was something about him that never measured up. You know what I mean? Like, it never measured. And like I said, it was something of a sexual nature. I don't know if it was because he was masculine and feminine at the same time. Like I said, I'm getting a sense of androgyny. But it's almost like, I don't know, this court that they have is evil. It's almost like, I don't want to say like something that's simultaneously male and female. You know what I mean? It's something like that. But it was like it's like an evil force that attached, like I said. And I think it created that energetic cord. But again, she was overwhelmed with his excessive affection towards her, maybe even his need of her. You know what I mean? And then now that's where those mother issues will come in at. You know what I mean? Now, if they were at a period of time where they were having problems, then that's when, like I said, women tend to latch onto the man, and that's when those trauma bonds are created. You know, so they could have went through their thing, you know. But I think when we have like missing fathers, people always assume that it's daddy issues. It's both. You know what I mean? It's both. Like I said, daddy issues keep you from speaking up for yourself, being articulate, having discipline, having goals, having vision, working hard. Mommy issues will make you the victim of a man. You know what I mean? So that's how he's coming in her external environment. And I feel like this the way that they attached, or the way that they created their relationship, and how much affection he showed her, it still plays into why she handles him the way that she does, which is not really, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna say that she's not in love with him, but she cares about him a lot. You know what I mean? A lot. She's digesting. She's being strategic with him. She's trying to accept who he really is, but she's still energetically tied to how he came in with her. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's disbelief, like I said, it's cognitive dissonance, probably, but it's almost like she feels that he's a weak, helpless little boy, even though he's acting like a whole demon. She is energetically bound as the Empress, or energetically tied to the boy, the little weak, helpless boy in him that attached to her, that made her pour into him, that caused that energetic cord in the first place. She can't not see him like that. You know what I mean? She still sees him like that. I ain't gonna say she feels sorry for him, but I ain't gonna say she want him to suffer either. You know what I mean? Like, the best she could do is walk away, you know what I mean, and not do anything. I feel like that's the best she could do. You know, because she's not going to like hurt him. You know what I mean? This trial situation that's coming up, she might be knee deep into it, but honestly, you guys, I know y'all don't want to hear me say it, but I don't even think she really wanted to do that. You know what I mean? And again, that may be this tie that also creates those evil energetic cords, you know, being pressured to take adverse actions against people. Even if you're friends, you got to do this, you got to stand up for yourself, blah, 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 blah. Even though your instincts are telling you to do something different, you know what I mean? And then there's a spiritual backlash from that, right? Which is that now you have an extra thing to deal with that person, when you, instead of just cutting your losses and just moving on, you know what I mean? It's like, but it's like, in a way, she exacerbated it, or she allowed it to be exacerbated because of addiction to material gain, right? Okay, let's move forward. So we have 2 6s. Okay, is this like... Two sixes is sixes are about harmony. Let's see, two sixes and the fears. Why would she have two sixes and the fears and hopes? Okay, so one of these sixes is a six of wands in reverse. There's still somebody in her circle. There's somebody in her circle. I still need to read the manager Dawn. I'm not saying it's her. It might be with this network, but there is still somebody who she's acquainted with that's backstabbing her. Now, I don't know if they're... I even think this might be somebody that works for her. Oh, I guess if the lady is her manager, she does the manager work for the people, or do the people work for the manager? I don't know, but this is showing as like somebody being like a disgruntled employee or something. I feel like somebody who works for her is betraying her. I seen that in another spread. Why does this keep coming out? Mel is going to be publicly recognized for something. So she got some, like I said, she got a good future outcome. I don't know if she wants to win something or there's some type of award or something. But I feel like she's going to be or she's hoping that she wins something and it's going to be like publicly recognized or something. Maybe something that she's working towards or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what she's going to be celebrating. Because remember I told you guys there was like a celebration coming. I don't know. There's some type of public recognition that she's hoping for. I don't know if she's hoping to win something or something. There's, like I was saying though, there's a, I don't know. Maybe this is just somebody who didn't get paid or something. Or I feel like somebody did something. Somebody did something. I feel like this is one of the obstacles that she's going to have coming up. Dealing with some type of disgruntled employee or something. It could even be a makeup artist. It doesn't have to be deep, is what I'm saying, you guys. But somebody, maybe they feel like they're going to tell something or say something. It could be somebody who did her nails one time. But I'm showing like they're going to try to like set her back in some type of way, maybe. Or this is something she fears. This is not showing in the outcome or in her spread, but this is coming up in her hopes and fears section. So maybe she even knows, like, maybe this person just was talking shit or they argued over text message. It could be something simple is what I'm trying to say. Or maybe she had a situation with somebody and she had to like think twice about it, or they exchanged some type of words. Or some type of conflict or something like that. Also show that she's nostalgic over the time like where her name was not attached to so much like drama. You know what I mean? Like she misses like being recognized for simple things like work, and I feel like she hates that her name is always like publicly attached to the marriage and like all of this dirty shit, you know what I mean? And I feel like she's like thinking about times where, I don't want to say prestige, but she's thinking about times where her name was associated with better, you know what I mean? I know everybody wants to stand up for her, Martel or whatever, but I don't think she doesn't like being associated with it. Even though she is, you know what I mean? She is, but she doesn't like it. She misses not having to associate with it. Now here's this king. Now who is this? This is somebody. Does she have a security guard? I don't know. There's like this. Oh, there's like a overbearing person in her. This is a King of Swords though, but it's in reverse. Like, so, you know, my King of Swords is my lawyer card, but the King of Swords in reverse also shows the loss of a case too. Now that is coupled with the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles. You know what I mean? So it's weird because the Ace of Pentacles is about a win. You know what I mean? It's about winning money or something like that. But at the same time, the King of Swords in reverse is like the loss of a case. So maybe she could win some money but lose what she really wants out the situation. You know what I mean? There's something maybe that she's having a case for that she wants besides money. Maybe with this Ace of Pentacles, you're going to get away with the money, but you're going to lose something else that you're trying to get out of the situation. This is the second card of failure at a case or a trial. The Lovers in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse, and this King of Swords in reverse. Whatever trial or situation she's going through, I don't necessarily show her winning that, but I do show a monetary gift or gain or win in some type of way. You know what I mean? I show gifts like that. Maybe even the universe will reward her with some type of new project that's going to be successful. But as far as this case, I don't know. It's looking like it's not going to be that good, or it's not going to be ideally what she wants. And like I said, I feel like she's trying to play it cool, keep her mouth shut, because she knows that that is a fine line. She knows that she could lose. She knows that. You know what I mean? Anyways, listen, that's what I got for Melody. This reading turned out to be longer than what I thought it would be, but that's what I got. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't know. Y'all always saying, tell us what we don't know. We already know that. Y'all crack me up. I'd be like, listen, did I put the title in the video? It ain't no clickbait. I put a brief description in the thumbnail, and I put the title in the video. If you feel like you already know it, then maybe you don't want to click on it. But if you want to click just to, wet your ears and stuff, then that's okay. It's okay to like it here. Okay? It's okay to like it here. But anyways, listen, let me know what you guys think of this spread. Like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got some good things coming down the pipe. Yeah, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one.